Foreigner debut album on Patreon now, among a bunch of other things. If that's your kind of thing, if you want to see the Beatles album we did last month, some Rolling Stones albums, stuff we can't do on here, any full albums are going to be on there. Less than a cup of coffee. Support good music if you're into that. If not, on to the video.
All right, guys. Hope the addition of breasts helps you forgive her for the Dave Matthews comment on the last video. It's like they always said in the big book, breasts make everything better.
I'm really sorry, guys. Seriously.
Hey, guys. Hope you're having a great day as well as a great life. We're back. We're here. Dahlia has returned.
Hey, guys.
Now, this is one that you specifically brought up that you wanted to listen to because you've never heard it.
Yeah, I've never heard it.
You just give your take, give your words. How did this come up?
Okay. This specific song was brought up at a special place, Jenny Springs.
Yep.
There was a conversation about this song.
We're basically talking about like some of the best like anti-war songs ever. Definitely, this is one of the best like anti-war songs of all time. I think so. This came out in 1970, and so this came out like right as like Vietnam was like really starting to heat up. Like the late 60s, like early 70s is kind of when America's involvement got wild, and that's when shit started like popping off. And these guys are from the UK, but I still feel like everything they're saying absolutely applies. All the lyrics up, so you can check it out. But great song. Like Black Sabbath is also just amazing. You're gonna get some super dope instrumentals.
Okay, I'm excited.
Let's freaking go. Let's just get right into it. Hear it?
Gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses. Evil minds that plot destruction, sorcerer of death's construction. In the fields of bodies burning, as the war machine keeps turning, death and hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed minds. Oh Lord, yeah. darkness world stops turning, ashes where the body's burning. No more war pigs have the power, and as God has struck the hour, day of judgment God is calling. On the knees the war pigs crawling, begging mercies for the sins. Satan laughing spreads his wings. Oh Lord, yeah.
That is a song.
Wow. I was not expecting that.
Were you, what were you expecting?
I was not expecting that. Wow.
Off rip. Dude's latest wailing.
Can I just say my rating?
Yeah.
S.
Yo, let's freaking
All
go.
the way. I'm like, this is so powerful. Not only the lyrics, but the instrumental is crazy.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
And the instrumentals too, it's actually just 3 guys. So
Really?
like the singer you have that's Ozzy Osbourne. I'm sure you've heard that name before.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Ozzy Osbourne. And then on the bass you have, I think they call him like Geezer. I don't know what his actual name is, but I think they might call him. They know they have to call him that. On the drums you have Bill Ward, who's basically like a jazz drummer, but then decided to kind of take a little side quest and basically start metal. This is 1970. Like metal wasn't really a thing at this point. Like Black Sabbath are kind of like almost like the grandfathers of like metal in general. And then you have Tony Iommi, who's a guitar player. So you have one guy singing, and then you have just 3 guys on instruments, and so you have guitar, bass, and drums, and they're making like all that sound.
Yes.
Crazy.
It's amazing. Wow.
Yeah, even just like the pinnacle point, like towards the end, like where the guitar kind of just like pops off, and solos, but even just goes into that very powerful like wow now now now. It just feels so like bombastic and like bigger than life almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like, it's an anthem.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
absolutely. And it's like at the time, like people like we weren't there, I wasn't there, but like I imagine people were feeling lots of like unrest about the things that were happening, like wars that were happening, and like the suggested reasonings like behind him and stuff, and just like the elitism that like was occurring, and that kind of still occurs today. So it's like a pretty timeless song where it's like
Timeless. Well, perfect
absolutely
word.
And like even just this first part where it's like
Yes.
politicians hide themselves away. They only started the war. Why should they go out to fight? They leave that all to the poor. Like, damn. Like,
Yes,
you know what I mean?
yes. Wow.
And they're just calling it out exactly like for what it is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I
Like-
wonder if at the time, I don't know too much, but at the time when this song was made, like I know obviously people were applauding this song and related to it. I wonder if there's any backlash.
I'm not sure. Like, it's a good question. I imagine a bit. I wonder how big this was, because I know War Pigs. I mean, for one, it's a lot longer of a song. You know, it's almost about 8 minutes, and it's saying all kinds of real shit. And so, I would imagine
Sometimes people can't handle that.
right. I would imagine this probably didn't get like a crazy amount of like main like radio play, at least on like where a lot of like main popular music would be. I know they even wanted to call the album War Pigs.
Wow.
But the record label was like, absolutely not.
I
You're
see.
not calling your album War Pigs. And then I think it was literally that day, like, guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that it was that day in the studio, they made the song Paranoid and ended up being the biggest song on the fucking album. Like, it's a huge song.
Oh, and then they named it Paranoid.
Yeah, and they called the album Paranoid.
Wow.
But it's like, they definitely felt super strongly about that message, but I don't think it was as, like, accessible to, like, kind of put it on the front like that. But I'm curious, like to your point, like how many people were like, how much of people were like aware of this happening. I also know like this sound itself, like it's like if a lot of people's parents thought like the Beatles were like devil's music or whatever, like when rock and roll was first happening, I wonder what they were talking about this. I'm sure,
Right.
to your point, I'm sure they received all kinds of backlash like about it like at the time. But also, if we listen to it and like look at the lyrics, people also thought they were huge Satanists or like super against God.
I wanted to talk about the end because the end was really powerful.
Yep, right here.
Yes.
Good.
Just saying, like, you go out and you fight this war, and now it's Judgment Day, and now you're begging on your knees, pleading for your sins because
all the war pigs.
Yes, and Satan laughing spread his wings, like this is what he wants. So if you're looking at it in a religious aspect, but even if you're not, like,
It's definitely not anti-religion.
Yeah, it's like just good and bad, good and evil.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
I think that was really interesting. And I also wonder, I'm sure you do, like, your viewers, if any of them are veterans, like, how do you guys relate to this song? Because I want to know in the comments, like, what does it mean to you? Because I know we have a friend who is a veteran, and this song means a lot to him. So just curious on what you guys think and how you guys feel.
Absolutely. Any other lasting words?
This is my first S rating.
I'm hyped about the S tier.
No, this is really good.
I'm super happy to hear you resonated and that you appreciated and enjoyed it. Not just the message, but also the instrumental.
The
It
instrumental,
means a lot to me.
oh my gosh, it's crazy.
It means a lot to me. I'm sure it means a lot to the viewers too that you resonated and appreciated it.
Yes,
So it's
I
just
love
awesome.
instrumental.
It's awesome.
You taught me to appreciate it. Ever
Don't
since
cane.
what is it? That Billy Idol song?
Oh, Rebel Yell.
Yes.
So fun.
Oh my god.
So fun. What was it, karaoke when I was trying to do it, or?
Yeah, and then I heard it and I was like, this is an amazing song.
Or was it? Did I play it for you in the car, or was it for karaoke, or both? I forget.
No, you played it in the car.
Okay. Yep.
And then I was like, I'm gonna learn this song so we can do it
Oh.
in karaoke.
Yep. Okay, I remember that.
And then we did it together. So.
Dang. Well, let us know what else we should show Dahlia. I think I might show her "Give Me Shelter" next,
Ooh.
which is another awesome like anti-war song. But yeah, let us know what to show her. We'll see you guys next time. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you had a good time watching that video, go and upvote the video, subscribe if you're not already. Check out some other videos here on the YouTube or on the Patreon if you want extra juicy stuff you can't get on YouTube.